Hello traders, these are the top 4 most breached FundedNext rules. Now these rules, they are hard breach, but most or many traders, they breach these rules without even knowing. So I'm going to show you these 4 rules, and these rules, they are hard breach, which means that they are hard breach. If you breach them, then your account is gone. So the first rule gonna be copy trading, and also they're gonna be max risk per trade. They're gonna be margin rule, and also they're gonna be all in. Now these rules, for you to understand, you need to very pay attention on what I'm going to say, because you can just read them roughly or just listen to me roughly or rush, and then, oh, okay, I've just got the rule. These rules, you really need to know them and to understand. So with that being said, please stay in this video without skipping any second if you really want to know these rules and you don't want to breach them. So the first rule is copy trading. Now, copy trading is allowed and also is not allowed. Now, there are a lot of videos on YouTube. They are saying that copy trading is allowed only if you make your FundedNext account as a master account and then the other platform as a slave account. Now, my friend, you will be cooked. Okay? You will be cooked. That's why I'm saying you need to put all attention on this video, and I'm going to do all my best to make this video short but informative so that I will not take all of your time. So let me go get straight to the point. You can see FundedNext allow copy trading between your own challenge accounts as long as your total combined capital is not exceeding 300k and one account is clearly designated as a master account. Now, many people just read here and they go on YouTube, start making videos and saying copy trading is allowed with any other platform, but you only need to set your FundedNext account as a master account. Now, that is not true. So now, let me explain you this rule. However, copy trading between different individuals, including using a cloud-based trade copier tools, is strictly prohibited. Now, let me go very straightforward. This rule says that copy trading is allowed between your own FundedNext challenge accounts, not funded accounts. So you can have two different challenges and you can copy trade those challenges. Now again, you do not need to use trade copier. Just use manual execution. So if you have two challenge accounts, you can open the same trade or the same setup in both accounts manually. Now, at FundedNext, copy trading is allowed between FundedNext challenge accounts under specific guidelines to ensure fairness, transparency, and compliance with platform policies. Please review the guidelines carefully to understand when copy trading is allowed and when is not allowed. Now, allowed copy trading practice. Copy trading between your own FundedNext challenge accounts. FundedNext allows copy trading between multiple FundedNext challenge accounts owned by the same individual. However, the total capital allocation across all the accounts must not exceed 300k. One of those accounts must be master and one of those must be slave. This is between FundedNext challenge accounts. Now, prohibited copy trading practice. Copy trading between FundedNext account. Now, there is a difference between FundedNext account and FundedNext challenge accounts. This challenge accounts is the evaluation accounts, and this FundedNext account is a funded account. Like you just pass the phase 1 or phase 2 and then you get a live account. So this is a evaluation account and this is a live funded account. Copy trading is strictly prohibited between a funded account and any other FundedNext account or FundedNext challenge, whether it belongs to the same individual or another entity. Now, let's say you're having two accounts. One account you have passed, it is a live account, and another account is challenge. You cannot take the same trades on your FundedNext account, which has passed, and on your challenge account. You will violate that and you might have your account breached. And another thing, copy trading is also allowed on FundedNext Stellar Instant. So if you're having multiple FundedNext Stellar Instant, you can copy trade those accounts. And again, you do not need to use Trade Copier. Okay, you do not need to use Trade Copier. Just use manual execution. So what is the exception for you to manage maybe your 3 accounts easily? Because copying trades between FundedNext funded account is not allowed. So the only option is for you to merge your accounts to make them a big one account. Now, you can only merge funded accounts, the accounts that have passed the evaluation. You cannot merge the challenge accounts. Now, let's take an example. One account is having 95 profit split and another one is having 80% profit split. If you combine those 2 accounts, your merged account will have the base 80% profit split, not 95%. So be aware of that. And also, if one account was swap free and another account is swap account, your merged account will be swap. Also, keep in mind about that. Now, this here was a copy trading rule. Now, let's move to the 1% risk rule. So here we are on this. This is the rule that most people don't understand. And when they understand, they come and violate another rule. That's why I'm saying you need to pay attention on everything that I'm saying. This rule here, a lot of people don't understand. And when they understand, they violate another rule, which is margin rule. So please pay attention on this. And before I continue, if you want to grab your FundedNext challenge, you can see the discount code in the description. You'll get a 5% discount. As we know, FundedNext, they are not usually running discounts, so you can save now by using that 5% discount. And again, that code changes after a couple uses, so don't screenshot it. If you screenshot it today and you want to make a purchase tomorrow, there is a big chance that tomorrow that code will not work. So what you need to do, just save this video to your watch later playlist, and then when you want to make a purchase, come back to your watch later playlist and click this video. You will see the updated code. Or you can just claim my name, Broke Trader. Just search it on YouTube, Broke Trader. I will pop up the first one. Then just open my channel. And when just open my channel, beside my profile picture, you will see the discount codes. You will see a title like all profile discount codes. Okay, so you will see that there. Or you can just save this video, or you can just open any of my videos, then you will see the link in the description. So now, you will see the code in the description. So now, what is 1% risk rule limit? And who and when will be implemented? Now, listen to this carefully. At FundedNext, there is no max, okay? Like there is no max risk limit. We can see here, they're saying that in the trading industry, the universal quote is that 95% of the traders lose money. Why they are losing money? Because they are being engaging in the risk behaviors. So at FundedNext, we are committed to promoting professionalism and disciplined trading. Professional traders typically risk less than 1% and utilize only 20 to 30% of their margin. Professional traders typically risk no more than 1% of their account balance and they utilize only 20 to 30% of their margin. Now, who falls under the 1% risk limit rule enforcement? The 1% risk rule enforcement is not applied to all traders. It is specifically designed for individuals who they are not following professional trading practice. So this rule here, it is not for all traders. And when will you know that you are eligible for this rule? You will receive an email saying that now your account is in under this 1% rule enforcement. Now, there are key factors that they look before they decide to enforce the 1% risk. Now, what are those factors? The first one is high risk exposure. Traders who over leverage or they are using excessive lot size or risk a significant portion of their balance in one or multiple trades. Now, when they are saying multiple trades, they don't mean like, let's say you're having one trade in Euro USD and another trade in gold and another trade in GBP USD. They are not referring to that. They are referring to one setup that you opened it in multiple orders. Let's take an example. Do you see this gold trade here? This here is one setup, but let's say that I decided to open this trade with couple orders. Like I placed a buy here, another buy here, another buy here, another buy here, another buy here. So this here is what they are saying. Another factor is impulsive trading. Traders who engage in impulsive trading without proper risk management. Like you don't have a proper strategy, you don't have risk management, you're just trading. And another factor is unsustainable practice. Traders whose gambling like behaviors, relying on a single chance over a long-term strategy, leading to unsustainable outcome. There are those traders who they are trading like gambling. They are trading by luck. Like they want to win that one trade that they will make a lot of money. Like they are gambling. Maybe they'll just be placing buy position, hoping that if that buy will hit, if that buy will go in his direction, if the price will go in his direction, then he'll make a lot of money. So let's take an example. You take a buy, you get stopped out. You take another buy, you get stopped out, another buy. Now that is the kind of practice that they are saying here. Now, what if they give you this one risk rule enforcement and you decided not to listen? So the first thing that they will do, they will reduce your leverage. Okay, so if maybe you are having 1 to 100 leverage, they will drop it from 1 to 100 up to 1 to 50 or up to 1 to 30. And if again you don't listen, they will close your account. Now, many traders, after understanding that there is no max risk rule at FundedNext, they violate another rule, which that rule is margin rule, the third rule. Okay, so this here is the margin rule. A lot of traders, after knowing that there is no max risk at FundedNext, like you can risk whatever amount that you want, they come to violate this rule here. Now, at FundedNext, we emphasize disciplined and responsible trading. High risk practice, such as excessive margin usage, defined as utilizing 70% or more of your available margin. Now, if you place any trade that utilize more than 70% of your margin, you will be violating the rules. Now again, to promote professionalism trading, FundedNext recommends maintaining margin usage within 20 to 30% of your margin and implementing structure risk management. Again, they are repeating this. Professional traders typically risk no more than 1% per trade while using only 20 to 30% of their margin. Now, let me make this clear on this rule, okay? There is no max limit on FundedNext, and you are not forced to use 1%, okay? It is recommended to use 1%. Now, hear me out. If you risk 1% and you violate this rule, your account will be breached. And if you risk more than 1% and you violate this rule, your account will be breached. And again, if you risk 3% or 4%, but your total margin is below 70%, your account will be fine. So risk as much as you want, but do not cross the 70% line. Now you are asking, how can I know that my trade is going to utilize maybe 70% or 20%? Well, Now let me show you. So at FundedNext, they're having a tool like this one here is a margin calculator, as you can see. Now from here, you just need to select your account model. So I'm going to take an example of a Stellar two-step, which is a most popular. And again, if you want to take a FundedNext challenge, you can see the discount code in the description. And again, that code only works for new users. If you are going to make your first purchase with FundedNext, then that code will work. If you already had a purchase with FundedNext, that code will not work. And also it changed, as I said, so don't screenshot it. The moment that you want to purchase, come to this video or search block trader, then you will see the codes in any of my video or in my bio. So for here, I'm going to take an example of a 100K account. Now, let's say that we are going to trade Euro USD. And on this Euro USD, I want to enter in a trade that is having how much lots? Let's say 39 lot size, okay? So I want to enter a trade that is having 39 lot size. And again, this here is Euro USD, not Euro GBP. Let me just change it. Okay, so now I'm going to calculate here and see my 39 lot trade, will it violate my margin rule or not? And as you can see, if I open a trade that is having 39 lot size on Euro USD, I'll be fine. Why? Because the margin utilization is only 46%. That's why you can see this one here is green. Now, this here changes when it comes to commodity. For those who they are trading gold, we all know that gold, like commodities and indices, they are very, very strong and their leverage is a little bit lower, okay? So if you have a big lot size, it is very, very easy to breach the 70% margin rule. So now here, let's take an example that I want to enter in a gold trade with 4 lot size. So just enter 4 lot size on my two-step account, which is having 100K balance. Now here, I'm just going to calculate this. Now here you can see that this here is green. You can see it's green. And my margin utilization is 68, which I'm good. I haven't crossed the 70% line. Now, if I say that I am entering in a trade of 4.2 lot size, now let's see. Now you can see this here is red. You can see, and if I will open this trade on my 100K account, two-step of 4.2 lot on gold, I will utilize 71%. Now I have crossed the 70% line. Now this here is a violation, and what will happen? So I will receive an email about reducing my margin utilization. And if I choose not to listen, then I will have my account terminated. So first, you receive a warning, and if you repeat, account's gone. So you might be saying, 4 lots, man, how can I trade? Now let me tell you this, okay? You can see this trade here. If you are having a trade like this, you can see this stop. The stop is big like this. The stop is like 6. Then it's not easy to violate the margin rule. But always make sure you use that calculator. You can find it in the official FundedNext website. Now, if you're having a trade which is like the stop is 2, something like this, then there is a big chance that your trade might violate the margin rule. So you will need to use a fixed lot size, which is maybe 4, because you might find that for you to be filled in this stop loss, risking 1% or 2%, you need to use 10 lot size. And again, on that trade, if you use the 4.2, it's not that the order will not be opened. The order will be opened, but you will be utilizing more margin, which can lead to account breach. So if you're having a stop that is anywhere from 3, okay, you can see from 3, 4, like this, it is completely fine, but always make sure to calculate it. Now, the last rule is also relying here. Now, let me show you. Do you guys remember here that we say that there is no max risk rule at FundedNext? So most traders, after they know that there is no max risk rule at FundedNext, they violate the 70% margin, and also they violate this last rule. And this last rule, it is like the first rule to breach. After just knowing, okay, this 1% rule is not implemented to everyone. So there is a rule that is called all in. You can see this rule here. This rule here is all in. Now this rule, it is relying on the gambling rule. Now let me just explain what all in means. So all in is a gambling. All in one is a gambling. Trading behavior like taking the risk of the full or close to the daily loss limit on one or multiple trades. Again, as I said, when they are saying multiple trades, they don't mean like you have a trade on gold, Euro USD, GBP USD. They mean that if you're having a trade in the same pair and then you just keep adding position, that's what they mean by multiple trades. Okay, running at a time is one kind of gambling. Such trading behavior is not considered a genuine trading strategy, and it indicates a lack of proper risk management, and it is considered one kind of gambling and doesn't sustain for a long time. Now, we all know that there is no max risk rule at FundedNext. So many people say, okay, if there is no max risk rule, then I can risk 5% of my daily drawdown, or I can risk 4%. Now, hear this. For Stellar two-step, the daily loss limit is 5%. Now, if you go and risk 4.5% in a single trade, that is a violation. Although there is no max risk rule. Why is a violation? Because you are risking the amount that is nearly to your daily loss limit. You can see here, close to the daily loss limit. And if you are trading Stellar Light, the max loss limit, the daily loss limit in Stellar Light is 4%. And if you decide to risk 3.5%, it's a violation. You are violating all in rule, but you are not violating the max risk because there is no max risk. So the good practice is you can risk 3% on your Stellar Light or risk 2%. And for Stellar two-step, you can risk 4% or 3%. And for those who are trading Stellar one-step is having like 3 daily loss, if I'm not mistaken. So don't risk 2.5% on your Stellar one-step. Just risk 2% or 1.5%. If you risk your full DD, I mean daily drawdown DD, or you risk something close to your DD, that is a violation. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you want to make sure you are in a good you are in a good trade, you are in a good situation, just use this margin calculator tool. And if you see a red, just don't use that lot size, reduce it until you see a green. So traders, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're about to grab your FundedNext challenge, you can use the discount code in the description if you are the first time buyer, and you will get a 5% discount. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. And also, if you're having any question about FundedNext rule, just ask it below and I will answer it. Okay, so guys, I'll see you in the next video, and bye bye for now.